Hey there, gorgeous. How's it going? So I have a message for you directly from Divine again. Cohabitation. So of course there's a couple of different ways of being able to pose that particular word. So number one, within the space that you live in. Number two, your internal cohabitation of self. So I have the most perfect story for this. I'm living temporarily with my daughter, and her and I went grocery shopping. Packed everything up, ready to go ahead and go to checkout. We decided to do self-checkout. And what's actually really kind of cool is that we work really, really, really well together. Like when we cook together or clean together or any of that. It's just really, really awesome. I love it. So in this particular situation, it's happened a few times, but never really thought about it. So I was taking the stuff out of the cart and scanning it, and she was putting it in the bag. And over the course of loading the groceries into the bag, she was becoming increasingly agitated. And I'm like, what is going on here? So I remained my calm, did my thing, scanned the stuff, put it over there. She loaded it up. I just sort of said, okay, I'm not going to react. I'm just saying she's dealing with something. We get in the car, we get in the home, and put the stuff away. And I went, okay, I need some space. We both needed some space. And I was going, what is happening here? And of course, I go through the steps of saying she's dealing with something. It has nothing to do with me. Something is in there. So the rest of the afternoon was a little bit of like, okay, we're not talking to each other because we're both kind of annoyed with whatever the situation happens to be. And later that day, I said, I'm going for a walk. Would you like to come? And she said, yes. So we went for a walk, and I sort of said, what was happening? All you were doing is taking the groceries and putting them in the bag. And she goes, I have no idea. At that point, I had no idea what was happening. So we were sort of going through a series of different, maybe potential things that happened. And then came the, now I get it. So when she was a little girl, her father would attempt to assist her with some school stuff, specifically math. And during the interactions, he was sort of instilling this efficiency of how things should be done. He was telling her, you need to do it this way. And she's like, no. And he's like, you have to do it my way, which lowered her sense of self because she's already dealing with something that is already uncomfortable. And he just kind of like shut her down, through the energy field of assisting her and saying the efficiency by what you're doing is wrong and you need to do it my way. I went, oh, I get it. So because of the way things are organized when you're doing a self-checkout, there's a sense of order. And she's going, how come I just feel like shit? So once we figured out where it came from, and I completely understand it, then we can say, get it. Now, how do we remedy that? And I said, next time we go grocery shopping, we have a couple of options. Number one, we go to the cashier, and the cashier checks it out, and we load the stuff over the bag. Or if we decide to do the self-checkout, only one person does the job. Because that's really what self-checkout is for one person as opposed to two people working efficiently. So that's kind of like the story of cohabitation. Her and I living together, her and I doing something together, her and I having a bit of a hiccup, figuring out what it is, coming with a solution, and that is the way that we overcome whatever is kind of going on. So if you have a situation and you're going, what is happening? Just look at it from the perspective of if something's coming out or the energy's wrong, come from a compassionate space and say, what happened? Compassionate detachment, and carry the love within yourself and say, how do we overcome this? That is the message for today. You are gorgeous. Have an amazing day. Bye.